All right. Welcome, Kola. We just watched a couple of games. We watched Chelsea. We watched Man U. Where do you want to start?
Think for me, I'm looking at the results again. The best place to start would be Chelsea. Chelsea,
Why Chelsea?
Chelsea. They're such a weird team in the sense that I think you and I initially, when we assessed Chelsea maybe year and a half ago, we said genuinely, and we actually believe this, that Chelsea have all the building blocks, right? To build a
Yes.
formidable team, a team. Because if you look at the first half against Leeds and the second half, there's a stark difference. Like in the first half, there was intensity, there was pressure, they were pressing high, winning the ball back, doing all the nice things. The passes was breaking the lines. Leeds couldn't keep up. And then
Yes.
second half, for a 20 minutes period, the game got taken away from you. And this is something that is so consistent with Chelsea. I know people will say, or maybe a lack of experience, right? But like I've seen Arsenal team under Arteta with way less experience than this team, right? And they didn't show this level of inconsistency compared to this team. So, what do you think? Like, what is your assessment of the game? How did you feel the game?
Well, you're right. Chelsea were in cruise control all through the first half. They were they were, as you said, they were pressing, running, attacking, and they got the goals. It wasn't like they were just playing without scoring. They were actually getting the goals. They had 2 goals. And all of a sudden, it's been the theme for Chelsea in like the last 18 months that against the big boys, they come to play. They are
They're like,
focused.
that's the word. They're focused in those games.
Yes.
Yeah.
But then when they are playing these smaller teams where they feel like they have the upper hand,
Too easy.
it's either they don't respect them enough. And it's not that it's only happened one time. It's happened a lot this season. I remember when they played, I think when they beat Barcelona, that stretch of very tough games they had. I told you, I think they were also playing Leeds. Did they
Yeah.
play draw with
So they
Leeds this
so they
season?
played they
Right?
played Barcelona, if I can remember. They beat them 3-0 at Stamford Bridge. Played Arsenal
Right.
in the midweek
Yes.
or the weekend. Played 1-1 that they won. The 1-1 they won. Remember? The Caicedo Red. Then
Right.
they play Leeds
Right.
and they lost.
Yes. And I told you that, yo, bro, I don't trust them. That game against Leeds, they are going to either lose it or like
Yeah,
it's
you
just
said that.
been the
I
theme of
remember.
yes. And the funny thing here is that I, for some reason, have some belief. I don't know, it's not earned in Liam Rosenio, their new coach. And for that reason, I think at some point he has one job. He has to rescue their lethargy that causes them to switch off when they have the advantage, when they seem to be like the odds-on favorite to win a game. Now, we are getting to the tail end of the season. At this time of the season, results don't come easy. There are teams that are very inferior to you
We're
that
fighting.
want to stay up
Yeah.
and they won't stop fighting, they won't stop running. So that's the same thing happened to Man U today. I mean, against West Ham on a regular day, that should be a win. But teams like that, they'll come in and they won't stop fighting, they won't stop running.
Yeah, but
The moment you switch off, you
they'll
give them
mess
an
with you.
opening to come in and take a result.
Let me just jump in there. The difference between that Man United game and this Chelsea game is that
Hmm.
that could happen, right? West Ham were defensively resolute. They
Yes, yes,
they, they managed Man
exactly.
United. Man United were probing. They were trying.
That's correct.
The problem with me with that Chelsea game is you're 2-0 up at Stamford Bridge. This needs to mean something. I know there was a rally towards the end, the last 10 minutes, 8 minutes, where Chelsea could have scored. Kopama missed from 2 yards out. Probably
Yes,
the worst
yes.
miss of the season. It's a weird one. He keeps scoring penalties and he can't score from 2 yards. Well, I know maybe a slight dig there. It's a red flag. It's like you're at Stamford Bridge. you're stable, you have your fans on your
Yeah,
side,
Mr. Red Flag.
you're leading 2-0. My issue with Chelsea is they can't manage games, right? You watch
Yes,
like
they can't.
like
They
when you
can't
need to
manage
defend,
games.
let's say there's nobody that consistently dominates games for 90 minutes. No team, even Barcelona,
Yes,
right? Even the best Man City at their pump, there will be a 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes period where the lesser
where you have a
team,
chance
yeah,
to.
they will do something in that period. That is the period where all you need to do is just focus on defending and be switched on.
Yes,
The boys, but you remember when we were younger,
and
the
you see,
coach, go ahead.
yes, and I think this is where when people make the argument that their team is so young and they don't have no veteran experience on this squad to rally them when things get really tough. I think this is where it shows. For teams that are veteran in nature, that have all the maturity, that have been through the the struggles of trying to win and stay consistent, this is a very unique example of a young squad without that veteran, big man, big game, big moment leadership where yo guys, now we need to defend, we need to be resolute. I mean, the second goal they scored Chelsea was one of the
Was horrible, bro.
worst defensive
I don't even know what
goals
they
I've
were
seen
doing,
in
bro.
a very, very long time. Like, it was just shabby. And that tells you that there's something really wrong with their defensive structure. No, not structure per se, but their
Decision
defensive
making, bro. Yeah.
personnels who are so young, so naive
Not young
that
though, Olu.
okay, that's what I'm saying. They are
Talova, all
either
these guys, they're not young players. They're not just good enough.
like it feels like they're either not good enough, or they are still naive, or they don't really appreciate and understand the what time it is. This
Is it
is
a
a
coaching
winning time.
is it a coaching issue?
I don't think it's just a coaching issue because they just changed in the last 3 years. They've changed three, decent coaches,
So you
right?
think it's
I don't
is the
think it's a coaching
players?
issue. I just think that there is. You see the way I appreciate Gabriel, right? Or like my legend Ramos. When things get tight, when things get tough,
It's
you
like they
need
get
someone
better.
saying,
They
yo,
get better.
right, yes, yo, do this, you do this, stay there. I remember your last game against uh what game was that? I
One
think the one you played
the
over
one
the
in
weekend.
Emirates, 3-0,
Yes. Right.
Sunderland.
Um right. Uh Declan Rice was directing Eze. I couldn't forget it. And in fact, that was what was jumping to me
He was
from the
telling
screen
him
was
to
that
press.
Declan
Don't just
Rice
come.
was
Press.
pointing, yo, don't come. Yeah, you don't
Go
see
press.
that with this Chelsea squad. You don't see that leadership with this Chelsea squad. Now, I don't know if Rhys James, being unavailable affects them this
Yeah,
much.
but just
But
one
I don't
player.
even think whenever he's available, I don't think whenever he's available, I don't think he's that kind of a
He's,
leader
he's not a
that's
leader
very
like that.
expressive.
Yeah.
Right. That's my point. So that leadership quality that makes a team, like, see, Chelsea as they are right now, they have the talent, they have the youngsters, they have the speedster, they have the creative hub
They have
in
players.
Cole
They have very
Palmer.
good players,
They
bro.
have got, they have very good players. They have this guy in the midfield,
Jao
Caicedo,
Pedro,
right? But the
Caicedo,
point is,
Enzo, yeah,
yes, they
Cucurella.
have very good players, but that one more Enzo could also be a leader, but sometimes I
No,
don't
no,
think
he's a leader.
he's really
Enzo is a
cut out
leader.
for. And maybe the language barrier, I don't know, but the kind of leader that would be calm in the face of adversity and point people in the right direction to occupy the positions and remain focused while a team is trying to surge back, I think is the kind of profile Chelsea should go after
And you're talking about that player needs to
at this
be.
point.
Do
Like,
you think the player should be a defender right now, based on what they have and what they need in the squad?
yes, it has to be a defender.
Where are
It
they going to
has to
get
be a
that
defender.
player from? That's the issue.
I don't know. Go
Where?
to Mars. I don't care.
No,
You
no,
have to go
that's the
find him.
point. The reason why I said that, and I know this section we probably spoken too much over what we intend to do, but the point I'm making is they've bought a lot of centre backs in the last few years. I know they didn't buy the last 1 year, but spent a
Yeah, but
lot
the
of money on
centre backs,
centre backs.
they've yeah they've spent irresponsibly, and the irresponsibility in their spending shows. Listen, this
No,
Chelsea team,
it didn't work.
with the
No, because
amount of money, with the
mhm.
amount of money they've spent,
They shouldn't have held these
if this was
excuses.
Man U, if this was Man U, if this was Arsenal, if this was Madrid, like
The
heads would be
expectation will be
rolling. And in
different. Yeah.
fact,
Yeah.
yes, a head has rolled in their coach who's been fired. But I don't think he got fired for their performances this season. Rather, I think he wasn't able to manage up, was why he was fired.
Yep.
But my
Yep.
point is, after spending this much money, there should be a legit expectation for us to compete with the biggest boys on the land and in Europe for the biggest prizes. The EPL, the UCL, you have to like you don't have to you don't just have to be a participant. After spending that much money, this is Chelsea. This is a big club. This is a club with history, with huge expectation. We should be talking about them in the same realm because they've spent a lot.
Do you think they'll make top four with these inconsistencies?
You see, and that's the crazy thing. I think top four in England would include Arsenal, City, Chelsea, and United. That's my top four in England.
So you think Aston Villa
But
won't make it?
I don't think they will. I think I think Man U and Chelsea are the two teams that would round up the top four. My
So
point. That's why I'm saying I think
is
Chelsea are
Liverpool
so
gonna be there?
good that
Liverpool, are they gonna
no,
be
they're
there?
not.
No, top
No, no,
five. You know,
no,
it's
no, no, no,
five
no, no.
teams that make Champions League now.
Okay, five. If it's five, then Liverpool will be fifth. I don't even care about the fifth. Top four: Arsenal,
Arsenal City is
Arsenal,
guaranteed.
City. Yes, Man U, Chelsea. That's it.
Okay.
Let's
Okay.
move on to the next game. Let's move on
Let's
to the
move
next
on
game.
to
We saw
United.
United, West Ham.
Mm-hmm.
I
What was
was
your
so
assessment?
rooting for United to take this game for one reason and one reason
The
alone.
guy who needs to cut his hair.
I swear.
He's
If
gonna
that
lose his
guy
popularity,
was
no?
no. If that guy was not a subtext to this game, I think
Then who
United
cares?
win this game.
Are you saying
No,
this
I
is
think United
James?
win this game.
Are you saying
I think it's
that is crazy, bro?
Wait, let me ask you this. No.
Okay.
Listen. On a normal day,
Mm-hmm.
if the subtext of the United Strand guy wasn't involved in this game in any way, shape, or form,
Mm-hmm.
although it's going to be a game we care about, but the attention on this game won't be that much.
Yeah,
It's in
true.
everyone's head that this is the fifth straight game we need to win. Now, I'm not saying it's the excuse I'm planting in for United, no. But I'm just saying it rings in people's head. And to be honest, United played well. I don't see in that game, I don't see any fault per se that
What
I
I
would
saw,
ascribe to United.
one thing I saw is, which I didn't understand, the main reason for it was Mbuemu and Cunha switching position. So most of United's games since Carrick started, Bremer was a center forward and it was like a false nine. He drops
Yes,
deep. It's almost like you're playing with two false 10 between him and Bruno Fernandes regarding who's going to occupy
I saw
those
that too.
areas. But I think Carrick was scared of Bowen, which is West Ham's right hand side, which is Bowen and Aaron Wan-Bissaka. It's one of their strongest areas this season. So he
Yes,
wanted to use a left-footed player in Mbuemo to make sure that it's easy for him to hold the weight, right? It worked
yes.
territorially because United dominated the ball, the central area, because Mbuemo is stretching Wan-Bissaka, so Wan-Bissaka can't really come out the way it tends to. And Jared Bowen needed to track back a lot. So how much work Bowen put in. So when you put it in the bid for
That's
Bowen, one
correct.
of these top teams, that is the actual quality player who gets you between 15 Premier League goals almost every season.
Yes.
Because
And
United
he's a
just saw
workaholic.
United solved one of their biggest problems with people like Mbuemo, Cunha, people who are hungry. They want to play for big clubs. They haven't made all this huge amount of money already, right? So they're really
Yes.
hungry. It was a weird game in the sense that I think United were good, right? Like it
That's what I'm
looked like a
saying.
typical Arsenal game against low block, right? You and I watch Arsenal
Yes.
a lot, right? You see
West Ham
us
was just there. West Ham was just there to
waiting.
survive.
Yeah, and they
Yes.
almost did. That Sheshko's finish, my God, that was an exceptional finish.
I mean, it was a goal that I think if he tried five times, he
He's not
probably
gonna get it.
scores in maybe 0 time. Like
Yeah,
it was I didn't even see that come. I'm like, wait, that went in.
that shouldn't be a goal. That finish,
Yeah,
you put in the
yeah.
one
That
spot
that
that the
was
keeper is not gonna get to. That was an
yes,
exceptional
yes,
finish.
yes.
So at least they got out with a point. At least get out with something, especially if they're not competing for the league, really. So you're competing for top four. If you're competing for top
Yeah,
four,
but
you don't
with
need.
if for example they had won today, if they had won today, they would go third. You know, with Aston Villa on the same point
Yet
but
to
more
play.
goal difference.
Hmm?
Right, and Aston Villa also yet to play. And I think, listen, for some reason, there is a belief in my heart that this this Man U squad that we have currently this season, I think Michael Carrick is doing such a good job that I don't know if this is their ceiling, but
No, this is their ceiling.
I don't
This is
I
their
don't
ceiling.
think
It is.
I don't think this is their
If
ceiling.
if if if
I
if
think I
this
don't
same
think this is
team,
their
I'll
ceiling.
tell you why. I'll tell you why.
Mm-hmm.
If this same team, right, qualifies for Champions League, and you don't add at least 5 players next season to the same squad, you're not changing anything. You need to add 5 players to this squad next season if they're going to be competing on multiple fronts. Casemiro has a whole week to rest. This is a player that even at 60, 70 minutes, you start seeing diminishing return,
That's
right?
a very good point.
Mbuemu, you're talking about Rice, Rodri, these guys are playing 90 minutes every 3 days. Arsenal have played every 3 days from January to date. Every 3 days. Sometimes you're playing 3 games in 8 days, nine
That's
days.
fair. That's fair.
So the World Club,
That's fair.
the best creator in the world in Bruno Fernandes plays once a week. The best. You and I believe Bruno Fernandes
That's
is
a
the best.
very
Yeah.
yes, that's a
Mbuemu
very
plays once
listen,
a week.
I got carried away. I
Yeah.
got carried away. My bad. I got carried away.
The
That once a
quality,
week thingy,
yes.
yes.
The quality of
That
the team
once a
right
week
now
changes, yes.
of the starting 11 is pretty good. They have a good defense. They have good defenders. They have good block defenders. Maguire, the Leeds, these guys are pretty good defenders. Their midfield, they have 2 very good midfielders in Kobe Mainu and Casemiro. They don't have anything else. Ugarte is garbage. Not a footballer. They have the best 10, in my
Yes, yes.
opinion, in the league. They have one of the best
Yes.
right wingers in the league. They have Cunha is all right. He's all right. He's a good player.
Yeah, he's above
Sheshko
average.
is above average. Sheshko too, a very good player. Zexki, decent
Above
player. So
average too.
they have a very good team,
Ahmad, a
and
decent, yeah.
Ahmad is a very good player. So they have those
Yes.
things. But you're talking about a squad of 12, 13, maybe 14 players. You're not going to be able to use that to
And
run next season.
they have an amazing goalkeeper.
Yeah, that Lamens has been pretty good.
Bro,
He's been pretty
let's
good.
even say this for a moment. I've forgotten Ange Onana is a Man U player.
That's what goalkeepers
And
do
that's
to you.
simply because this, bro,
Is good
you know what?
goalkeepers
Let's talk
are
about this.
boring. They're boring.
Bro, yes, let's talk about this. Do you know how much of a social media personality Andre Onana is?
Yeah, he's a drama
When he
queen.
plays, when he plays for Man U, he is always trending. He is always trending.
There's
I
always
swear to
something.
God, I've never seen this Simmons guy. I've never seen him on
Lamens.
social media. I swear. I swear.
Yeah, because it's
What's his
boring.
name?
Lamens.
Oh, Lamens. I said Simmons. That I know they see him at all.
Yeah, good. If you be good goalkeeper, you suppose they're boring. Like you gotta be boring. Your job, right?
I swear. God bless Onana, man. And I was really rooting for him.
Yeah, the
But
guy he nearly finished
this
Man U.
Lamens guy, I swear,
Boring.
this Lamens guy, nothing. He made that save at the
Very
very end of
early.
the game.
And and at the
Oh,
end,
very end. That could have lost that point they gained for Man U. And I'm like, yo,
they're
if that
boring.
was Andre Onana,
Good goalkeepers.
if that was
Courtois is
Andre Onana,
boring, bro. Courtois is boring.
bro, if that was
David
Andre
Raya is
Onana,
boring. It's always an error.
if that was Andre Onana, yo, no. United, you guys have found your goalkeeper for the next decade and a half.
You got to give
In
him one
fact,
more year. You
I
got to give
don't
him
even
all the tools are there,
maybe
but you got
so,
to
but
give
I'm
him one
just
more
saying
year.
to you that
But
the early returns
it
from
looks really
the
good.
dude
It looks really good.
is calm. He's not jumping like a chicken. Like, he's just calm.
And also, one thing that has improved in United, and which is something that you and I keep speaking about throughout the season, is Amorim was just using these players wrongly for no reason. Like
I
you're
still
creating
see
problems.
people on Twitter. I see
Hmm?
people on Twitter defending Amorim and saying the building blocks he was doing at Man U is what they are ripping off now. I'm like,
Why didn't he rip off
I think we have to.
the building block?
Yeah,
This guy was
like, I
doing
don't
press
even know.
conference, like 3 press conference every day. One with Gary Neville, you do this one with Carrick, you do this. Bro, I've not heard Carrick's voice in the media since.
I don't even remember what Carrick's voice is. And you see, this is why I argue that if I was making the decision at United, I am giving this job to Carrick. Take us away from
All
unnecessary
this
attention.
unnecessary, yeah.
Let's rebuild our team in
In silence.
solitude, without chaos, in silence, and then when we are back, we can start making noise.
And make sensible transfers, right? A sensible
Yes,
transfer
I'm
is
just telling you that the unnecessary brouhaha about Man U that existed
it's
with
Amorim and Ten Hag.
Amorim, everything is gone. Everything is gone.
Amorim every week, bro. Every week.
So
Every week.
now,
Oh, we're gonna suffer. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do that.
yeah,
It's
we
horrible,
have
man.
to suffer.
Like, what you mean, bro? It's
Especially,
this Yekilo Shelle. What did they happen? What did they happen, go? Ah, well, it is what it is, man.
all
Let's move on.
right,
Well, let's go. Let's talk about Tottenham,
we
right?
have, yeah, Spurs,
Let's.
Newcastle.
I wish Tottenham could get
Newcastle,
relegated. I wish so.
but you see, this is where I have to call you out. And I have to call you out here because you and your people online and your people in the traditional media, you are so quick to call for the firing of a coach.
You and I called for the firing of
I
Amorim.
told, yes, and rightfully so, we did.
So why can
And
I
now
call
see where we
for?
are.
Why can I call for the sacking of Ange Postecoglou? Because the only reason you're
You
going to say is
called
because he won a
for
trophy.
the firing. No. You called for the firing after he delivered a trophy
No, I called for the firing
in how
before he
many
even
years
delivered
for
the
the club?
trophy. Can we be
Yeah,
honest?
but then when he delivered the trophy, you still went
I
on
don't.
to call for his firing.
Yeah, because I don't think he's the right guy.
And now you went to hire
Roberto Di
the
Matteo
right guy
won.
and you're still 16.
Roberto Di Matteo won the Champions League for Chelsea. Should they have kept Roberto Di
And
Matteo?
I
Should they have kept him?
yes,
Kept
yes.
him after
We are
losing
in
like
this game to
6 games in like
We
13
are
games.
in this game. No, we are in this game to win trophies. And the moment
Yeah,
you win a trophy,
yeah, but you're
no,
also in
listen.
this
The
game.
moment
No,
you
hold on,
win
hold on, hold on,
a
hold on.
trophy, the
You
moment
can't
you win a
you can't
trophy,
misrepresent what I'm
the
trying to
moment you
say.
win a trophy,
All your sins are
that
forgiven.
buys you time.
Is that what you're
No.
saying?
It's not all
No,
forgiven,
of course,
but that
I agree
buys you
with you.
time.
A trophy should buy you
Yes.
time.
So that time
But my
was what
problem,
was denied to
no, that wasn't what was denied.
Ange.
Olu, let's don't lie, bro. Come on. Come on. What buys you time
I'm
is
listening.
you showing progress. Progress, let me finish. Progress in how you play, progress in how your
Progress
players
is
interpret.
winning. Progress is winning a trophy for
No,
a team that's
progress
gone
is
trophyless
also your league
for
position.
for
Yes,
almost
yes.
2 decades.
I agree with you. That is progress. That's huge progress. That is worth celebrating. But when you go back to the drawing
Yes.
board and you're saying, is this, you have to ask yourself a question. Is this the coach that can lead us on this
Your
project?
reputation changes immediately. You
What reputation?
win a trophy.
The reputation of the coach or reputation of the club?
Of the club and of the
What
coach as well.
what reputation of
That guy
Tottenham changed
told
after
you
they won the
in the
Europa League?
middle. Well, listen. In the middle of the whirlwind of a season where he suffered so much injuries that every important and consequential player on his squad was injured. He kept on telling you, I win a trophy every second season.
They have more
And he
injuries this
went
season.
on to
They have more injuries this season.
deliver.
Wait, the season hasn't ended. Why are you not giving can I finish? Can I finish?
No.
Why are you not
I'm
giving
having to
Thomas
revisit
Frank?
this.
No.
Listen.
Why are you not giving Thomas
I'm
Frank the
having to
same leeway?
revisit this. Oh, listen. I love Thomas Frank. You
No,
know that.
don't tell me. No, don't play
I
me.
am
Don't
just saying.
patronize me. Why are you not giving him the same leeway? The same leeway you give him, because the season hasn't ended. Thomas Frank will end the season with a trophy. So why are you not giving him the same leeway? The season hasn't ended. He's still in the Champions League. I think he's still in the FA Cup.
But he's not winning. He's not winning any of them.
How do you know?
He's not winning. He's not winning the Champions League.
How do
He's
you
not
know?
winning
How
the
do
FA
you
Cup.
know? How do you know that?
They're
How
just
do you
not
know
good
that?
enough.
So when you and I were
They're
having
not
this
good
conversation,
enough.
wait, when you and I were having this conversation about Ange, when he was losing 3-0, 4-0, home and away, losing 2-0, like there was no style of play, no consistency of performance, no using players in the wrong position.
There was a style of play. There was a style of play, but if the majority of your first 11 is decimated to injury,
they have worse injury now. If Ange was here, he would be in the same position. So what are you talking about?
Bro, all through last season, Romero was injured. Van der Ven was injured.
They have a worse injury crisis now. Are you listening to me?
I don't think so.
Solanke has missed almost this entire season. Let me speak. Let me speak. Because you won't let me speak. James Maddison has ACL. He's missed the entire season. He hasn't played any game this season. Dejan Kulusevski hasn't played a minute this season, right? Udogi just came back from injury. Now he's injured again. Jet Spence has been injured. Romero has been injured multiple times this season. What's his name? Van der Ven has been injured this season. Their midfielders, all of them have been injured this season apart from Paulinho, right?
Oh, okay.
They've had so many injuries.
These same things happened last season.
So I'm saying if they had Ange right now, if they had Ange right now with this injury, won't it be in this position?
Yeah.
So why are you castigating my opinion about the fact that they need to fire Ange?
Because you don't fire a coach who has won your first trophy in almost 2 decades.
There's
I'm sorry.
60-something games a season. We're talking about the entire season.
And he won you the Europa League.
So you're reducing the entire season into one decision.
Anyways,
you and I are different
reason we
people.
Are going on this long argument is that, of course, they lost again at home.
They did the same thing throughout
and now
last season.
And now they are
almost every game
on
at
the
home
table.
last season.
And they would be and Spurs would be ending the season very likely without a trophy. And they are currently,
I would love if they are relegated
in the battle for their. I'm just telling you that jumping at the fire this coach is never the way to go.
But you know that was never me anyway. Like my opinion,
of course, I'm just saying to you the other people.
I take more time to make my decisions when it comes to either players. I tend to give players more time than you. I tend to jump and make a decision quick. I tend to take my time also with
Spurs
coaches
that won Europa League. They are 16th on the table.
They lost 60-70% of their games last season.
Bro,
even when the players came back, even when the players came back from injury last season, right? They were still losing because this guy was playing kamikaze football.
Bro, the kamikaze football has lost 11 games in 26 games.
He might end the season with a trophy. That's all you care about. So what if he wins a trophy? You can't tell me.
No, if he does, Nisuru, if he does, my tune changes, and I'll say,
So
okay,
if you
don't
don't,
fire.
so
Listen, me,
all
I prioritize. Listen,
you,
listen, listen,
you be
listen.
a
You know,
shower. May God
I,
forgive you.
no,
You be a
I
shower.
prioritize you winning. I prioritize you winning a trophy. That's
So
just it. I don't care.
what if they get
Win.
relegated and he wins the FA Cup? Should he get fired?
Yeah. Now the question would be, do I care about the FA Cup or not?
I mean, you care
If he
about
wins
Europa
the
League. Why
Champions
would you
League,
care
for
about FA
example,
Cup?
if he wins the Champions League,
FA
for
Cup
example, I'm like,
historically is more
okay.
prestigious than Europa League. One of the oldest club competition in the entire planet.
You know what? When they do,
Older than the
come
Champions League,
ask me
older
what
than
my
all the
opinion.
league.
Come ask me
You know,
when they do. Come ask me
you
what
see
my
your
opinion
life.
is.
You
Then
see, I
come
know people
ask.
like you.
Yeah,
You see your life.
yeah.
I know people
When they
like you.
do, come and ask me what my opinion is. Because
Anyway,
I'm just saying to you that they are just. This is the same Spurs we saw last season. This is the same Spurs. They were on 15th or 14th, and Man U was following. What they were like 14, 15 with Man U. And this season, United is currently 4th, and
yeah, no,
Spurs
I'm not disputing that, but that doesn't
16th.
you're reducing our conversation to the decision either to fire Ange or not. You and I can sit down and have a broader conversation regarding that. Are there more
Let me ask
problems at the
you.
club
Let
outside
me
of the manager?
let me ask you. Let me ask you. Let me ask you a question. What do you think Thomas Frank's win percentage is right now this season?
Probably 20%, 25%.
28%. What do you think Ange's win percent last season was?
Maybe 30%.
24, 25,
Huh?
29%.
So they're pretty
29.
similar.
What do you think Ange's win percent in 23-24 season was?
When he had all the players fit. Probably
Yeah,
50%.
3%. So basically,
Yeah, but he had the players
he
fit
fired a
and he won like 2 games in like 13 games. That same season that you're talking about. Tottenham
again.
went from like having a win percentage of 90 something percent beginning of the season. They won their first 10 or 11 games. You know what you need to do? I'll give you an assignment. This is very important. It's very important for our audience. Since you want
I
to come here
don't
and
need any
waffle. No.
assignment.
This is very important. You need to
All I'm saying to you is,
go look at
I
Ange
remember
Postecoglou's
they
results.
won a lot of games early. But I'm saying to you
Bro, you're
that
shameless, bro.
when
You're shameless.
injuries, when injuries ravage a team, my threshold for the coach increases. It goes up. I have to be a lot more patient with that coach.
Yeah, but I'm not
It messes
disagreeing
up
with you.
the rhythm of a
So
team. I'm
why were we
sorry.
not patient for Amorim in January when Ahmad was at the Nations Cup, African Nations Cup, Mbuemu was at the Nations Cup? Can I finish? Can I finish? And you had Bruno Fernandes with the hamstring injury. It was out for almost a month. In the same period, Sheshko was
Games.
injured. Who else? They had like, am I lying?
Are you done?
No, am I lying that all these injuries happened? But you and
Are
I still
you
criticize
done?
Amorim. Yes, I'm
Are
done.
you
Go ahead.
done?
Go ahead.
All right. The first thing is you should ask, why was Amorim fired? Was it because of the results, or was it because he was speaking against his bosses? That's number one. Number two,
Andrew was
you
speaking
and I
against
have
his bosses
maintained
too.
severally.
Andrew was speaking against his
You and I,
bosses too. Yes, he was speaking. I can go pull up the quote. He was speaking against his bosses constantly in the media, wanting to get fired. This is what all these coaches do. Let me speak. Was speaking against his bosses. That might be the biggest contributing factor to him getting fired.
he
After
was
winning the
literally
Europa League,
begging. He was literally
begging what?
begging to remain at the job when they were
Begging
doing
what?
the parade. When they were doing the parade in
Yeah,
London. Was
yes. Now
literally
because
saying,
he has the fans
the
on his
next season
side.
is going to be better. I am
Yeah, that's
saying to
just not
you,
going.
I am saying to you, number two, we criticized Amorim more for his failure to adapt to the strength of the team than any result he's getting. We are saying play a formation that's suitable with this team that you have.
The guy,
And then let the
Amorim's
results
best,
lie where they will.
Amorim's best word is
And that if it's failure to do that, we have to suffer.
We have to suffer.
Yes.
Bro,
So,
you have players.
at that
Why
point,
do you
what am
need
I
to
supposed to
suffer?
do?
Yeah. We're both right on Amorim. It was disgusting, man. The guy wanted to get fired,
So
maybe because of the payouts.
at that point, let him go. Like at that point, let him go. So that's it.
We'll agree to disagree.
Yes, this has been nice. We'll be back tomorrow for the games. After the game, sorry, and then
City game.
we would see. Yeah, we'll see.
Come on,
See what
Fulham.
happens and
Come on,
discuss
Fulham.
too.
Come on, Fulham. Or Fulham. We're gonna win tomorrow. All right, guys.